Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tableau tutorials. In this video we are going to see that how can we create animation in charts in Tableau. The animations that we will be creating would be based upon the time or the date parameters, because that is the minimum requirement for the creation of the animations, that at least one parameter has to be the date or the time parameters, right? So let's just dive into it. This is the order date. On the basis of this we would be creating animation. Let's just drag it into the columns option, and let's just get the sales into the rows. Okay, so I just don't want this, I want a bar chart. First we would be creating the animation based upon the bar chart. Okay, so these kind of bars are generated. Let's just get the years and the quarters into it so that we have the quarter wise data. Now in order to create the animation we are going to use this pages pane. We have not used it up till now, and in the introductory video I told you that we would be using it later on. So this is when this pages pane comes into use while animating the charts, right? So what do we need to do is we need to drag the same date parameter that we have used over here into this pages pane, right? Let's just say we have this order date. Let's just drag it into the pages pane. Right now what happens is you can see, let's just change it into quarter. Okay, so when we select quarter, actually the thing that you require is that whatever the option are being shown over here must be the same ones that are selected. Okay, so let's just remove year. If we are going with the quarter wise date, let's just remove the year. Let's just go with the quarter. So the quarter are same. Okay, now what we do, once we do that, here you see this pane is being shown over here, and if you just select these, if you just use these arrows, okay, so you can see the different quarters are being shown to you. Okay, just like this. Again, if you just click on the back arrow, so it would go on to the different quarters showing its data. These three are the speed controls for the slow, medium and the fast speeds. Let's just check them. Right now it is on the fast speed, right? So here we can see how these things are working. This is a kind of an animation, but the thing is that we have to control it manually. What happens, what if we could do it automatically? How can we do that, right? So for this what we have is this drop down. Let's just go into this drop down and use this loop playback option. Make sure this loop playback is checked. If it is not checked, make sure you do that by just clicking on it. Then again, if you just click on this arrow option, there is this loop playback going on. Like this playbacking is just occurring on the basis of the loop, just like this. You can control the speed. This is the slowest speed. Once you just change the speed, you have to just tell it again that okay, you need to change your position. You need to restart your position, just like this. It's too slow. Let's just go with the medium speed. So this is a medium speed, which is actually acceptable. Okay, next we have this show history option. Now what is the purpose of this show history option, right? Let's see that we are getting 4 lines or 4 bars right now, but the thing is that when one is shown, all the others are not shown. Like if we just go to quarter 4 and stop it, so we have no idea about the values of quarter 3, quarter 2 and quarter 1. In that case, if we want the values, we can just check on the show history option and perform some changes. Like we can just select all, so these would be shown in a shaded in a faded fashion. If you don't want this fade, you can just remove this fade. You want a particular color, like let's say let's just highlight it with an orange color. The current one would be highlighted with a blue color and all the remainings with an orange color. Or you can just turn on the fade for the orange colors, and just like this. Now if you just play it, so what will happen is whatever the value is being currently generated, you would also get the idea of the previous value. Suppose you want labels. Let's just get the labels into it. So now if you just run it, the labels of the current value would be shown and not of the faded values. This is how the animations are created and the animations work. Now I told you in the beginning that, let's just stop it for a second, that whatever is in the columns format must also be in the pages format. Now let's see what happens if we don't do that. Let's just get the months into here into the columns format, and in the pages we only have a quarter. Let's just play it. So what happens is these all quarters are being generated in a bundle together, right? Although we are getting the data about months to be shown, but the filter is on the basis of the quarter. That's why the data is shown in bundles. If you don't want these bundles to occur, what you can do is just go onto this drop down and select month from here to get the individual months data like this. Okay, here you can see the different months are being generated with the different shades for each and every month like this. Okay, you can just fasten its speed so as to get it quickly, because there are too many things over here. Now what happens if the other way around? Like if I just remove this quarter, and let's just remove this fading as well. So here we have quarter, right? So now we have quarter in the columns pane, while the month in the pages pane. So the month here controls the animation, while quarter controls what we see. If we just change our animation, so this is how it is looking, which is not at all correct. Like let's just see it in slow motion or in medium speed for a better understanding of how it is going on. So this is how the things are going on, which is not at all what we want, right? It is not a very good animation. So that is why it is required that these two things, the columns and the pages, must be same. Like if we just go with year, so we have to get the year in here as well. Let's just get the order date, and the year would be automatically selected. Now if we just control the animation or add the animation, this is how it would work. And you can see whatever year we are getting, or whatever the parameter we have changed or used, it would be shown over here as well. To stop the animation, you can just use the square symbol. To start it in the forward direction and in the backward direction, these symbols are used. So this is a simple animation in a bar chart. Let's just create the animation in a line chart, right? So let's just get the category and the sales. Okay, just change its type to a line chart like this. Select it to the entire view. Sorry, not the category, we have to get the order date, right? Like this. Now if we just get the order date back into the pages column, we can just start creating the animations by firstly enabling this loop playback, then showing the history. So let's just select all and uncheck this faded option. If we just play this animation, this is how it is looking. Only the dots are appearing and not the lines. So how do we get these lines to appear? So what happens is, although we see the line chart in the animation, actually the line chart is not used for the creation of this animation. A different kind of a chart is used. So how do we do that? We can go to this line. Here instead of line, we have to select this circle. Okay, we can just decrease the size of these circles a little bit according to our choice. Then go to show history and select this trails option. Now if we just play our animation, this is how it is looking, which is showing us the lines or the line chart animation, right? If we just go with both, then what do we get is, if we just play it, so this is how it is looking. This is the animation of a line chart that we have created. Again, these similar things are happening over here as well. Like if we just change it into the quarter format and play it, so the things would get a little bit messed up. We have to remove this year and change it back to a quarter for a better understanding, right? Again, if we just change it to, let's say, month, then the things would look a bit messed up, because this is how it would go, which is not a very good looking animation, although it's understandable, but it's again not very good looking animation, right? So here we can just go with the month wise information. Let's just go with the fast speed. So this is how the lines are looking. Now what you can control is the color of the line. If you want the previous options to be faded, right? So you can just go to show history and select fade. So the previous marks would be faded, not the trails, just the marks would be faded to tell you about the different scenarios. Let's just grab the green color, and now if we just play it for one final time, this is how the things are looking. So that's all for this video, in which we learned about all about how to create animations, and thanks for watching.